So good morning. We shall start this session. So today we'll be solving one problem, which is first module, combined footing. I'll be explaining the design procedure with the help of this problem example. Design a reinforced concrete rectangular footing for two columns A and B located at 3.6 meter apart. The sizes of the columns are 400 mm by 400 mm and 600 mm by 600 mm, and the loads on them are 1000 kilonewton and 1500 kilonewton respectively. The projection of the footing parallel to the length of the footing beyond the axis of the column A is limited to 590 mm. The safe bearing capacity of the soil is 280 kilonewton per meter square. Use M20 concrete and Fe415 steel. So this is what the question reads. Uh, you can observe this. We have two columns. For this, we have to design a rectangular combined footing. Combined rectangular footing. So two columns we have, and they have given the column loads. For column A, the column load is 1000 kilonewton. For column B, the load is 1500 kilonewton. What we need to do is we need to find out the dimensions of the foundation. First we have to find the dimensions of the foundation, then we have to calculate the shear force and bending moment and all these things we need to calculate. Okay. Now let us see what are all the loads which will be falling on the foundation. One is column loads, another one is the weight of the foundation itself. Okay, so we have to calculate the total load transmitted to the soil. So foundation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಲೋಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಇಟ್ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So total load on two columns, they have given two loads, ಎರಡು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಎರಡು ಲೋಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So it is 1000 plus 1500. Total column load is 2500 kilonewton. Okay. So this is one load, one type of load which is coming from the columns on to the foundation. Next, they have not given the foundation load, but and also they have not given the dimensions of the foundation. Okay, na? So we need to just assume that the weight of the foundation will be 10% of the column load. ಕಾಲಮ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 10% ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. So the 10% of total load of columns is total load from the column is 2500 multiplied by 10 by 100, which is the 10%. We will get 250 kilonewton. Okay, 250 kilonewton load. 250 kilonewton as the load. This is the foundation load. Column load ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 2500 kilonewton. Weight of the foundation ಏನಿದೆ 250 kilonewton. So total load transmitted to soil is 2500 plus 250, which is equal to 2750 kilonewton. 2750 kilonewton is the actual load of the foundation, for load on the foundation which is being transferred to the soil. So this is what that means. Okay. Next one is they have given the safe bearing capacity, that is SBC of soil. SBC of the soil is given. So we have the load and the safe bearing capacity of the soil 280 kilonewton per meter square. Using this data, we can calculate the area of foundation. When we calculate the area of foundation, it is easy for us to calculate the dimensions of the foundation. That those are length of the foundation, breadth of the foundation, and depth of the foundation. Length, breadth, and depth of the foundation is what we need to calculate. Okay, na? So to calculate the area of foundation, the area of foundation is equal to total load which is falling on the soil, that is W, divided by safe bearing capacity. This is a standard formula what we need to follow. W by SBC is equal to 2750 divided by 280 is equal to 9.821 meter square. What do you call? 9.821 meter square. See, uh, from this 9.821 meter square we have obtained, which is the area of foundation. From this area of foundation, we have to calculate the dimensions of the foundation. See, in the question, they have given the projection length. From the axis of column A to the edge of the foundation, the distance is 590 mm, that is 0.59 meter. So 0.59 meter, this is what they have given in the question. And these two columns are 3.6 meter apart at the together. But we don't know what is the total length of the foundation. That is what we need to calculate. Students, are you able to hear me now? Students? Yes, okay. Okay. Okay, now we shall continue with this problem. We have calculated what? The area of foundation. The area of foundation is what we have calculated. S1 is a 9.821 meter square. In the question, they have given the distance between two columns is 3.6 meters, and they have also given the projection length. That means from the axis of the column A to the edge of the foundation, it is 590 mm, andre 0.59 meters. Okay, na? So with this data, uh, first what we need to do is we have to find the resultant of column load. A resultant of column load ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ see, there is one simple concept. For any set of loads, series of loads on the loads idre, what we need to do is we can find out the resultant for that load. See, you can observe here, this may be the actual length of the foundation. For this, we have 2 point loads. ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ ಲೋಡ್, ಕಾಲಮ್ ಬಿ ಲೋಡ್. ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ 1000 ಕಿಲೋ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್, ಕಾಲಮ್ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ 1500 ಕಿಲೋ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ For these two loads there will be a equal and opposite reaction, right? So that we call that as a resultant. This resultant should coincide with the centroid of the foundation. That means this resultant has to be placed where this resultant has to be placed on the centroid of the foundation. Centroid of the foundation ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಎರಡು ಕೋಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಎರಡು ಮರ್ಜ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. If we do so, we will be able to design the safe combined footing. Okay, so that is what the concept is, but we don't know where this resultant will occur. If you observe this free body diagram, uh, total load is 1000 plus 1500, 2500. So the magnitude of resultant is known, that is 2500, but we don't know what is the distance from A. ಸೊ ಆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದಿ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್, and with comparison with length and area of the foundation, we will be able to calculate the width. We shall see how it can be done. See here, distance of the resultant load from the axis of the column A. Axis ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. Axis is center line of the column. ಕಾಲಮ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಸೈಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್. So from that axis, what is the distance of the resultant force anta we have to calculate. Okay, for that purpose we will do one simple equilibrium equation. Sigma A is equal to 0. If I apply sigma A is equal to 0, that means I will stand at A. To my right I have 1500 kilonewton at a distance of 3.6 meter. So it is acting what? Clockwise. See, at A it is acting clockwise like this. So it is 1500 into 3.6 positive. And then what else force is there? Resultant force. And this resultant force is at a distance of x. So what is the magnitude of resultant? 2500. So 2500 is acting at a distance of x. 2500 into x, it is acting in anti-clockwise direction. ಹೀಗೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So it is minus. That is what I have written here. 1500 into 3.6 minus x into 2500 is equal to 0. Now I will substitute and get the value of x, which is 2.16 meter. That means I have written it again here. X is equal to 2.16 meter. See, from the edge, what is the distance of the resultant now? ಈ edge ಇಂದ resultant ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ? So 0.59 plus 2.16 you have to do. What will you get? Give me the answer if you have your calculator handy. See here. Distance of the resultant column load from left edge of the footing is equal to 0.59 plus 2.16 is equal to 2.75 meter. So from the left edge of the foundation, the resultant is acting at 2.75 meter. So this 2.75 meter itself is the centroidal distance of the foundation. That means the length of the foundation is double this value, which is 2.75 into 2. Therefore, length of footing is equal to 2 into 2.75, which is 5.50 meters. So total length of the foundation is 5.50 meter. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಈ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇಂದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ರೈಟ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That means this resultant is acting at the centroid of the foundation. So we have calculated one side diff, half distance calculate madatashna into 2 madatashna, we will get the total length of the foundation. This is how we can calculate the length of the foundation. In different problems, they will give different datas. In this problem, in this case, they have given the projection length of column A. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಇಂದ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಈ ಆಚೆ ಲೆಂತ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಂತ್. ಈ ಲೆಂತ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ, ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಬಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಸ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದೋಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸು? ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಂತ್, ಟೋಟಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್, projection length from column A, it is given. Projection length from column B, we have to calculate. Okay, na? Right. Now observe. So what we have done, we got the length of foundation, which is 5.5 meter. Next, we shall calculate the width of foundation. How to calculate the width of foundation? We already know the area of foundation. Load by total load by SBC of soil ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು area of foundation, which is 9.821, and we have got the length of the foundation, which is 5.5 meter. See, 9.821 meter square divided by 5.5 meter. Meter cancel, so you will get the answer in meter. So B is equal to 1.79 meter anta bandide, which is approximately 1.8 meter anta we can consider. So this is the diagram which indicates the dimensions of the foundation. See, we have length 5.5 meter, width B 1.8 meter. We have projection length from A 0.59 meter, which is given. From this column to the resultant, it is 2.16. And also we know from column A to column B, we have 3.6 meter. So 3.6 is ಮತ್ತೆ 2.16 ಇದೆ. So what is the distance of the resultant from column B? So column B in the resultant ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು distance ಅಂತ calculate. So 3.6 minus 2.16 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ I will get 1.44. See, 1.44 meter. So this is 1.44 meter. But we also know that from the centroid of the foundation to the right edge of the foundation, we have 2.75 meter. Okay, na? 2.75 meter ಇದೆ. So from the center to the edge. Column B to resultant, it is 1.44. So 2.75 minus 1.44, if I substitute, I will get 1.31 meter as the projection length from column B. Column B, the projection length ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು 1.31 meter. This is how we have to calculate the dimensions of the foundation. You want me to repeat and up till this? I'll just summarize. Okay. In the question, what they have given is 2 point loads. So I will take total column load, and then I will take the approximate weight of foundation, which is 10% of column load. 10% of column load is 250 kilonewton. So total load transmitted to soil is 2500 plus 250 kilonewton, which is 2750 kilonewton. Then I will calculate the area of foundation. The formula is total load which is transmitted to the soil divided by safe bearing capacity of the soil. Safe bearing capacity of the soil is given in the question, which is 280 kilonewton per meter square. We shall substitute it in this formula. 2750 divided by 280 will give you 9.821 meter square. You keep this value. And then what we need to do is we have to find out the distance of the resultant force of the columns. Columns loads matra resultant we have to calculate. and we shall consider that to be acting at a distance of x from A. Column A in the x distance ಅಲ್ಲಿ resultant act ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ we shall consider. So I will apply sigma A MA is equal to 0. What you will get is you have to do the equilibrium condition, apply the equilibrium condition, then you will get the value of x 2.16 meter. So when you add this x distance, it is resultant distance from column A and the projection length, the total length from the centroid of the foundation to the left end of the foundation will be 0.59 plus 2.16, which will come as 2.75 meter. So from this you can calculate length of foundation by multiplying the value by 2. 2 into 2.75, which is 5.5 meter is the length of the foundation. So if we want to take the width of the footing, that is B, area of foundation divided by total length. Area is calculated, first step calculate ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದು 9.821 meter square divided by 5.5. So the width of the foundation is 1.79 ಬಂತು, ಅದನ್ನ we have considered it as 1.8 meter. ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಲೆಂತ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು 5.5, ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು 1.8, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಇಂದ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು 2.16. ವಿ ನೋ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಿ ಕಾಲಮ್ 3.6. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ 3.6 ಮೈನಸ್ 2.16 1.44 ಬಂತು. ದೆನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ 2.75 ಮೈನಸ್ 1.44 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 1.31 ಬಂತು, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಬಿ. ಸೊ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಬೇರೆ, ಕಾಲಮ್ ಬಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಬೇರೆ. ಸಿ one more thing you need to observe here is the sizes of the columns are different. So the size of column A is 400 by 400 mm, that is 0.4 by 0.4 meter. Size of column B is 0.6 by 0.6 meter. Even though the dimensions are different, the loading is also different. 1000 kilonewton, here 1500 kilonewton. So the loading is also unsymmetrical. The dimension of the column is also unsymmetrical. That is why the distance between the centroid and the column is different. So resultant of the column is actually it is not at the center. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಚೆ ಈಚೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. The centroid is more towards what? It is more towards column B. ಆದ್ರೂ projection length ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯಿತು? 0.59 ಜಾಸ್ತಿನಾ 1.31 ಜಾಸ್ತಿನಾ? It is 1.31, which is having the larger projection. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ required projection ಎಷ್ಟು? 1.31 meter. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಯಿತು. So after calculating all these parameters, next what we need to do is we need to calculate the depth of the foundation. So before calculating the depth of the foundation, we have to calculate a parameter called upward pressure. That means see, imagine this diagram as an inverted beam. ಬೀಮ್ನ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸಿ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಈ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇದೆರಡು ಸಪೋರ್ಟು, ಈ ಎರಡು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಿದೆ ಇದೆರಡು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಲೋಡ್, ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಲೋಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್. ಈ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಇಂದ ಈ ಎರಡು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೀಮ್. ಈಗ ಈ ಎರಡು ಲೋಡ್ ಇಂದ ಬೀಮ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆರಡು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಎರಡು ಲೋಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಲೋಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೀಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, so this is the load, these two are the reactions. So from the reactions we have to calculate the load. Are you understanding? ಸೊ ಇದೊಂಥರ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಇನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ವೈಸ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಈ ಥರ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ here in this case these two are the loads. For this we will have the reaction. Since this is a slab kind of member, we will be having distributed force. So distributed force, how to calculate? Intensity of upward pressure small p, we will indicate this upward pressure in terms of small p, which is equal to load by area of foundation. Andre ಏನು load by area andre ಏನು? Can you answer? What is load by area? Load by area andre ಏನು? It is stress formula. Stress is equal to load by area, simple formula. Okay na? So load, what is load? Load is total load 1000 and 1500 divided by area of foundation. Area of footing. This is not the area what we have calculated in the first step. First step ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು 10% ಅದು ಇದು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. But actually we know the dimensions now. 5.5 is length, 1.8 is width. So you substitute that 5.5 into 1.8. You will get the answer as 252.32 kilonewton per meter square. Okay na? So this is the upward pressure intensity P, 252.32 kilonewton per meter square. So this is how we have to calculate the upward pressure intensity. Now it is time that we have to calculate the depth of the foundation. Depth of the foundation we have to calculate. So before going to that, depth of the foundation calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ what are all the parameters we need to consider ಅಂತ. Don't see that notes ಈಗ notes ನೋಡಬೇಡಿ. So listen to me. To calculate the depth of the foundation, we have to consider several parameters. One of the main parameter is bending moment. So we have to calculate the bending moment. According to that bending moment, we have to decide the depth of the foundation. Depth of the foundation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಳದಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್, ಆ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ದು ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್, ಹೈಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿ, the thickness of the foundation. Here we call that as depth ಅಷ್ಟೇ, depth of foundation. Okay. Depth of foundation calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? What we need to do is we need to calculate the bending moment, maximum bending moment. According to the maximum bending moment, we have to calculate the depth of the foundation. So when we have ultimate moment ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ RCC ಮಾಡುವಾಗ, so we will have the ultimate moment formula. Using that formula, we can calculate the depth of the foundation. How to calculate the depth of the foundation? First we have to calculate the bending moments. So we have to calculate the bending moment and we have to draw the bending moment diagram. Bending moment diagram calculate ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ we will be knowing the maximum bending moment. According to that maximum bending moment, MU limit formula ಇದೆ, FE415 ಅದು ಯಾವುದು IS 456 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. In that formula, if you substitute, we will get to know the depth of the foundation. There is another one important parameter which is called as punching shear. This is very important as a civil engineer. This is very basic knowledge, but most of the students will not answer this question. And most of the students would not be knowing what this punching shear is. See, in case of slab design, we used to calculate the punching shear, right? If you remember, slab design ಮಾಡುವಾಗ punching shear ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ flat slab ಅಂತ advance RCC ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So in that case, the punching shear ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Punching shear ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, if we have a column, upon this a slab is there. So what will happen to this? This column will be penetrating through this slab. ಈ slab ನ penetrate ಮಾಡಕ್ try ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Likewise here, this is the foundation and this is the column. This is trying to push this down, ಅಂದ್ರೆ direct ಆಗಿ push ಮಾಡಕ್ try ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Even though the stability of the soil is good, this column will try to push it down. Push ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? This will get punched. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪಂಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಇವಾಗ? ಪಂಚರ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? It is going to punch like this. It is going to punch. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? So it is going to punch ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ? hole ಆಯ್ತು. So this kind of pressure will act on the foundation from the column. So to avoid this, if this is the, say this is a small thickness paper. So when I did this one, it got punctured. Tooth ಆಯ್ತು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ. So if I have sufficient thickness like this book, see, if I have sufficient thickness, if I if I do the same pressure, if I give the same pressure, it is not getting punch ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. So this is having certain stability. So if we provide certain thickness, the safe thickness, the punching shear can be counteracted. So from this parameter also we can calculate the depth of the foundation. So this is what the punching shear is. ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಶಿಯರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ನ ಪಂಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಲ್ ಆಗೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಶಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಶಾಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದಿ ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಶಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ. ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎದು ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಬೇರೆ, ಕಾಲಮ್ ಬಿದು ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಬೇರೆ, ಕಾಲಮ್ ಬಿದು ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಬೇರೆ. So we have to calculate the punching load from column A and column B. ಎರಡನ್ನೂ calculate ಮಾಡಿ. From both we have to consider the depth of the foundation, and we have mu limit ಇಂದ ಒಂದು depth of foundation calculate ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ later using bending moment diagram. Bending moment diagram ಇಂದ ಒಂದು depth calculate. Whichever is the highest value we shall provide them. So mu limit ಇಂದ calculate ಮಾಡೋ depth, that should be the minimum depth. So if the value is higher in case of punching load, then we have to consider that depth. So minimum ಅಷ್ಟಿರಲೇಬೇಕು. So minimum ಅಷ್ಟಿರಲೇಬೇಕು. So see, I'm listening to my voice repeatedly. Someone has not unmute the videos. Unmute your audio. Hello, mute your audio. Mute your audio. Okay. Now it's clear. No. Someone is still opened. I don't know why I'm listening to my voice again. Okay. Let me quickly take the attendance before going to punching shear, because the meeting may end anytime in 10 minutes. Okay, I have written down your attendance. Right, shall we continue? So punching shear consideration under column A. So column A in the ಎಷ್ಟು punching load ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ we have to calculate. So for that we have a standard formula. Punching load is equal to column load minus reaction of soil on column area. Reaction of soil on column area. That is further substituted into column load is to 1000 minus reaction from the column is to area of column. Reaction of soil on column area. Reaction of soil on column area. Column area is to column A, the area is to 400 by 400 mm. That is 0.4 by 0.4 mm. What is the reaction? Soil reaction, upward soil pressure we have calculated right now. So it is 252.32. So 252.32 is acting all over the foundation. But here for the punching shear consideration, we have to consider only that much area which is under the column. ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅಂಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೋಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಏರಿಯಾ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮಚ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪಿ ಈಸ್ 252.52, area of column A is 0.4 by 0.4. So the final answer will be this much, 959.60 kilonewton, which is 959600 Newton. We shall calculate the factored punching load, that is multiplying the answer by 1.5, we will get 1439400 Newton. So this is the factored punching load. This is a factored punching load, and we have the design punching shear stress. See, ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಶಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಶಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ we shall use that value, but here in this case they have not given in the question, so we can assume 1.8 Newton per mm square. 1.8 Newton per mm square ಅನ್ನೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ we can assume. This is based on the experience of the designers, so they are insisting us to assume 1.8 Newton per mm square. So if they have not designed punching shear stress, ಇದೇನಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ see here, equating punching shear resistance, that is design punching shear stress, punching shear resistance to the factored punching load. Punching load now calculate madadwala factored punching load. We have to equate this. How to equate this? We have a formula. You have to by heart this formula. There is no other choice. Okay. Perimeter of column A. What is the perimeter? Perimeter means ಸರ್ಕಂಫೆರೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್. ಪೆರಿಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು? ಓಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ 400 by 400 mm ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ 0.4 by 0.4 ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ. ಸಿ ಪೆರಿಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ from here to here 0.4, from here to here 0.4, from here to here 0.4, from here to here 0.4. So 0.4 into 4 sides. 0.4 into 4 is the perimeter of the column A. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಒಂದು ಟೇಪ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನು ಲೆಂತ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪೆರಿಮೀಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲಮ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪೆರಿಮೀಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲಮ್. ಪೆರಿಮೀಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು? Perimeter of column A into depth of the foundation into design punching shear strength, which is equal to 1.5 multiplied by WA andre load on column A minus soil reaction of column A. This condition is nothing but a factored punching load. This is a punching load 1.5 factored. ಸೊ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಾರು ಇರಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, ಅದು ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟೇ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಪೆರಿಮೀಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ 4 into 400 mm ಇಂಟು ಡಿ ಇಂಟು 1.8 ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು, ಯಾಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಮ್ ಎಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಶಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಪರ್ ಎಮ್ ಎಮ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಮ್ ಎಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಮ್ ಎಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So you have to convert all the other values into newtons and mm. This you should be careful here. So 4 into 400 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, which is in mm. D 1.8 is equal to factored punching load 1439 Newton. Factored punching load ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದು. So the depth of the foundation D is equal to 499.8 mm ಅಂತ ಬಂತು. Similarly, punching shear consideration under column B. So under column B, we have to calculate the punching shear load, punching load. So punching load, same formula, load under column minus area of column into intensity of upward pressure. So intensity of upward pressure 252.52 into dimension of column B is 0.6 by 0.6. So it is 1409 kilonewton. So into 1.5, 2113.5 kilonewton. But you have design punching shear stress is in 1.8 Newton per mm square. Convert it into Newton, 2113.500 Newton. So punching shear resistance is equal to factored punching load. Same formula. Perimeter calculate ಮಾಡ 4 into 600. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, 4 into 400 ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 600 by 600 ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 4 into 600 ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೇ ಸಪೋಸ್ 200 by 400 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ 200 into 2 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 400 into 2. So 400 plus 800, 1200 ಪೆರಿಮೀಟರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಥರ. So you should be very careful here. So ಇದು 600 by 600 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 4 side 600 ಇದೆ. So 4 into 600 direct. Into D into 1.8 is equal to factored punching load due to column B. ಅದು ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ 489.2 mm. ಓಕೆನಾ 489.2 mm. This is the depth of the foundation due to punching load from column B. So column A ದು 499 point something 499.8 mm ಬಂತು. ಕಾಲಮ್ ಬಿ ಇಂದ 489.2 mm ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. ರೈಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೌನ್. ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಡಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎ ಡಿ ಎ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 499.8 mm. ಅಗೇನ್ ಡಿ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಪಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಶೇರ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಬಿ ಡಿ ಬಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 489.2 mm. ಆಯಿತಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಡಿ ಎಮ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಡಿ ಎಮ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಬೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು we have to do the bending moment. We have to calculate the bending moment diagram. See, the meeting session will end in 5 minutes. So the bending moment calculation we shall do it in next class. Up to this point, if you have any questions, you can ask. So we will be continuing this problem in the next class. Until this point, if you have any doubts, clear it now itself, because tomorrow I will be continuing this. Next ನಾಳೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, we shall do the bending moment diagram. From the bending moment diagram, we will be calculating the maximum bending moment. From that maximum bending moment, we will be calculating the depth of the foundation. Whichever the value is greater, we shall consider that as the depth of foundation. Okay na? Just ಏನು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So students, thank you. Shall end this session.